what's better than one Siege Optimus Prime? Two! That's right, this is the 35th anniversary cel-shaded version. And we're going to compare both of these guys while really focusing on taking a look at this guy in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your humble host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you're at it, that's right, hit that notification bell, man, because it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors NL, the Autobot family, and have a look for me everywhere across social media. All those links are down in the description, man. And this is the cel-shaded 35th anniversary Optimus, and it's pretty great. Whether or not you like cel shading is probably up for debate. We'll talk a little bit about that, you know, kind of which coloration you prefer. I think that if you compare this to the stock at a package Optimus, if you left the space mud on him, it might be a little bit of a different story. I did a lot of custom work on this Optimus, so it might kind of alter the scoring a little bit. We'll see as we go on. There's a couple of things that I really want to cover here, because I know a lot of people have done this comparison by now. I want to cover sort of a difference that I feel in the plastics between the two. And I really want to kind of focus on, and we'll do this kind of a bit later on, I really want to kind of focus on a side-by-side comparison of the backpack so you can see what I did in order to kind of customize this one into a little bit more of a Earth mode. In other words, how did I remove the truck eyebrows? Just so you can see exactly what I did, you know, side by side. We'll look at both trucks compared to one another. We'll do the conversion going from truck back to robot, since we've done it from robot to truck already. We'll see how well this guy stacks up. So without any further ado, let's head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And here, of course, we have the regular release of Siege Voyager class Optimus Prime next to the 35th anniversary release. And this is a great opportunity for me to kind of showcase what I did to make this one look more like his traditional Earth mode. Right away, kind of eye to eye, you know, nose to nose, so to speak, you'll notice that there are significant differences between both releases. The red on the 35th anniversary is a brighter, more vibrant, sort of cherry red compared to the duller, darker red on the regular release. The regular release naturally has blue translucent, I guess, windows in the front. It also had blue translucent on the grille and on these little side lights, I suppose. We don't have that on the 35th anniversary. I think we still have a piece of plastic put in there because it's not recessed as deep as it is on the two sides and on the grill here. So I think there's still a piece of plastic in there, but instead of being translucent, instead of being translucent, it is cel shaded and it looks beautiful if you're into cel shading. You will also notice that the regular release has a bit of a white stripe there. The 35th anniversary does not have that white stripe, which is actually more accurate because in vehicle mode he actually didn't have that stripe going around, though a lot of people remember it, he actually didn't, and the proof is in the pudding. Look at MP44, which is hyper cartoon accurate. That does not have the stripe. The lower bumper on the regular release is more of a silvery color with like a gunmetal gray or a black kind of wash inside. It's all white on the 35th anniversary. I think I kind of like the gray better, but that's just me. The white that's there is done nicely. Perhaps a couple of little areas could have used like a second coat of the white, but it looks good. It does, it looks great. Side on, we can again see that there are similarities, but there are also major differences. Now, if we were talking about the regular stock release, leaving the space mud on it and leaving the eyebrow lights on it, then I would say hands down the cel shaded version wins because it's cleaner. I would prefer the cel shading over the space mud. With the space mud gone, I think the comparison becomes a little more interesting. So what's different along the sides here? Well, the first thing to note is that the regular release has the, I guess, hubcaps, the rims, whatever, colored in silver. They're just black on the 35th anniversary. The fuel canister of the 35th anniversary is cell shaded in white, as where it's silver here on the regular one, and the section above it, maybe the running board, I'm not sure what it is silver on the regular release. It's painted red on the 35th anniversary, and most interestingly, all of the molded in windows are painted in silver on the regular release. On the 35th anniversary, the two smaller windows are painted in blue, which is actually accurate because he doesn't have a whole lot of windows on the side. So I think that's fairly accurate. But what sort of bugs me a bit is that the rest of the window detailing is still molded in there, but not colored. Now I get it. The paint budget was allocated for different things, especially with the cell shading. Either one looks good. It's just you're going to notice a molded in piece there that's not painted. I don't know if that bugs you or not. The two blasters are exactly the same, with the difference being cell shading, of course, on the top of this one. It's only on the top, but it looks nice. I unfortunately forgot and neglected to bring the cell shaded axe, or the cell shaded version's axe. I think that's painted nicer though. I'm not 100% sure. Whatever. It was the axe. Final thing to show in vehicle mode. And this is indeed my earthized. Yes, I just coined the word earthized because I took the siege mold and I made it look more like the earth mode. So I earthized it. Anyway, I took the Siege Voyager Optimus here, the regular release, and I paired it with the Second Chance trailer, so I have an Optimus with a trailer. That's part of the reason why I haven't been super drawn to the Earthrise version, because I have an Earthized version. Haha, wordplay, gotta love it. Of course, this trailer I took a look at back in episode 226, and it does work with the cell shaded Optimus Prime if you prefer. See, it can look like that. It still looks pretty great, honestly, in my opinion. So yeah, eye to eye, nose to nose. There's things to like and dislike about both of these. I like the more vibrant colors on the 35th anniversary, but honestly, once I removed the kind of mucky dirt that was on them, poorly applied, I kind of like the kind of straight up coloring that's on the regular release. I like the way the windows are colored in on the regular release, but I also like the lighter blue on the 35th anniversary release. So there's things that I like and dislike about both of them. Now, as I mentioned before, back in episode 494, when I looked at the original Siege Optimus, I showed the conversion going from robot to vehicle, because that's the way he came in a package. So now we're going to do it in reverse. I'm going to go through it pretty quickly just so we can see both of these lads in their robot mode. By the way, I've talked a couple of times here about having the battle damage removed. I showed how I removed that battle damage on him, and on Megatron for that matter, in episode 499. So I backed this up in the hopes that maybe, just maybe, we won't have to readjust during the conversion. We pick off that piece and we pick off that piece. We pick off the couple of little pieces down there. We can flip out that piece of the leg and flip out this piece of the leg, and we can even split the legs and kind of just leave all that for now. With these apart, we can open the front windows, and I'm doing this quickly because I think most people know this by now. We can pick up this front grille piece and pick it all the way up. We can close up, well actually, we can flip out the head, then we can close up the windows. We can begin to lift off the side and flip that piece down, and then pull out the entire arm section, rotate the lights inward, and fold this piece down on the arm. We do the same on the other side. We begin to take the arm out. If I can get that one flap to, there you go, to give away. Picking that arm out. Again, we rotate this piece in, we fold this flap down on the arm, and you would think now that we could stand him up, but we can't because we haven't dealt with the front tires yet. Remember, the front tires need to come up and collapse in here on the side. They collapse in, same on the other side. It comes up and collapses in. The one on the, I guess the left side, the far side over here, my left, it is a very, very tight hinge. Now we can stand the guy up, and he did go off screen. We turn the legs around, and we'll be able to start dealing with the legs a little bit more. The tires, they need to flip to the other side. I think, again, everybody knows this by now. You take the tires, you flip them to the other side. You can bring this leg piece down and bring this leg piece down. There's a white section right here. You open out, and there's a little tab right there. It slots in behind the leg. I think, again, we know this. I know I'm going through it quickly, but this is why. Like that. We open out the heels, and we can stand the guy up, and we close up a knee, and we close up a knee. We can bring down the arms, and I'm going to get the rest of them on screen so we can finish things off. And now that we've got him stood up and the chest kind of closed properly, we can bring this arm down and bring this arm down. We can fold in that piece and fold in that piece. We can bring down that kneecap and bring down that kneecap. And last but not least, we can bring that down on his back, and boom, in the end, here we have Optimus in all of his robot glory. Next to, that's right, Optimus in all of his robot glory. Now, I said originally that this Optimus was like, honestly, he was like a 9 for his paint apps. And I think that the cell shaded one is still a 9. So what's kind of imperfect about the regular one, just as a reminder? Well, oddly enough, his legs and pelvis should be white, and the line kind of under his chest should be gray, and they're reversed on the regular one. Plus, the lower vents here are gray. They shouldn't be. And he had all of the muck on him. But even with the muck cleaned up, you still have those couple of things, though I do like it. The cell-shaded one, what imperfections does, it has, so to speak, or inaccuracies. Again, the lower shins should be just a straight up blue. Also, and this one's going to sound kind of weird, but like, while I'm happy that the yellow triangles are painted on the cell shaded one, in the animation they were molded there, they were shown there, they were drawn there, but they were never actually painted yellow. So, like, it's extra paint, but it's inaccurate, but I give it a pass because it's cool. Both of these are great. Both of them have very minor gripe imperfections that most people would never, ever notice. They're fantastic Optimus Primes, nigh on perfect. That's why they get a 9. In terms of the transformation, honestly, the transformation for both of them is a 10. It's clever. It's familiar for Optimus with a few little unique twists and turns along the way. What about the articulation? Well, the articulation was and is also a 10. I'll just run through it real quickly since we have the dude here. So that awesome transformation consists of a head that goes left and right and up and down. The arms, of course, can go all the way around, way out to the side. You can bring that flat back down. Bicep swivel. We have over 90 degrees at the elbow. Do we have wrist? Yeah, we have wrist rotation. We have a waist on the guy. We have, of course, hips out to the side. They go forward about that far. They go back that far. And that's the other thing. Like, I wish that went out ever so slightly farther, but it's functional. We have a super deep knee. We have a swivel just above the knee. We have ankle tilt. We have toe tilt forward and heel tilt as well. There's not much more, man, that you could want out of a Voyager class offering. Maybe some people would point out that an Earthrise Optimus is going to have hinged fingers. That'd be nice. But, like, I don't know, man. To me, this is still a 10. Like, it's fantastic. It was fantastic. Now, that finally means this. We have two Optimuses. Both of them an overall score of about a 9.75. Both of them close on perfect. But there's two things that I wanted to talk about before we head out of here. The first is kind of the plastic on this guy. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's a subjective thing, but I feel like this red plastic is a thinner red. I talked about thinner red plastic a while ago when I looked at Slam Dance, and a lot of people have complained about that red, and they say it feels thin. It feels thin here. It feels thinner than the red used on the regular retail release to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just my mind playing tricks, but I feel like it. I also feel like the white, certainly on the front of the thigh, feels almost grainy. Now, it might have to do with the paint. I concede that, but it feels almost grainy when you move it, and that feels weird to me. I can't put my finger on it, but some of the plastic on this guy feels weird to me, enough that I think I prefer the plastic on this guy. I think I prefer the plastic on the regular release more, but that's just me. That's just a minor thing. The other thing I wanted to talk about pretty briefly takes us to the back of this guy. And side by side, you will notice that the backpacks do look a little bit different because I customized this one, of course. And I'm going to kind of just address that now. First thing to note, and I'll turn this one around, and I'll turn this one around to note it. The sections that fold up, that make like the front grille and the front bits are exactly the same. I did nothing to them. The only thing that I dealt with was the only thing I dealt with were the like eyebrow lights. I didn't like them. Now it looks like there's a molded cut there maybe or something, and it looks like you should be able to pop them off, but I have not been able to do it. So I ended up cutting across. Now, I mean, you could use a rotary tool, you could use a crafting knife. Be careful. I tend to cut my fingers a lot with those things, but nevertheless. So I cut along, and then I tried to cut out, but that didn't really work. What ended up happening is it was attached by another piece of plastic right here, and I ended up having to kind of cut that whole piece off and sort of twist it off. It was not as elegant as I would have liked, and somebody who might take better care might have a more elegant way of doing it. Here's the thing, and I don't know if I can show this, but I'm going to try. If you look like right here in between the eyebrow lights, there's a double piece of plastic there. Here, there's only a single piece of plastic. I think the double piece of plastic is not only meant to kind of hold the lights on, but I think it's intended to add stability, so that you know, because you have a hinge there, just to add the stability for when you're opening and closing it. I only have one piece there now. I don't find that it affects anything at all. I mean, don't be careless, but like, I don't think it affects anything at all. That's why removing it really wasn't a big deal. Really wasn't a functional deal. It worked for me. Like, I'm happy with that truck mode. It's a nice cube that is sort of all encapsulated together. But if you didn't do that, I totally understand why you would be drawn to the Earthrise one. In terms of what we have here, two amazing Voyager class iterations of the well-known, well-loved Autobot leader. It really boils down to which one you prefer the best. And here we are once again, and both of these are fantastic Voyager class representations of the Autobot leader. Each one excellent in their own way. Each one took certain liberties in their own way. Each one is more accurate in their own way. I don't know if you're inclined to put in the work and the effort to kind of do the Earth mode version. Now, some people will say, why bother to do that? Why don't I just wait and get the Earthrise one? That's up to you, man, if that's what you want to do. I would love to have this color scheme without the cell shading. Myself and Starscream Wife both agreed that this guy, with the custom work done and the space mud cleaned off of him, looks better to us. It's not going to be the case for everyone. That's why I didn't mark this guy down, and I didn't mark this guy down. It's about different aesthetics appealing to different people, but both of these are excellent. And honestly, I think, at least certainly in robot mode, I think I like both of these better than the impending Earthrise one. I guess time will tell. Nevertheless, let me know which version you prefer. Maybe you don't like either one. You know I love to hear from you guys. As always, if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, please use the donate link down in the description. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Especially don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every day you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together, either at the live streams every Thursday night. We may miss some now and again, but generally every Thursday night, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way, man, right here inside the videos.